Assalamu alaikum. In this series of videos, my aim is to provide an English translation of this wonderful work on the reflections of the Quran done by Sheikh Amr Khalid from Egypt. So I came across this series just about maybe a week before Ramadan, and I was looking for a way to understand Surah Al-An'am and then the overall themes, how they are connected. And in 20 minutes, the information I got was so useful. So then I checked out the rest of the series just to prepare for Taraweeh in Ramadan. I thought I'll listen to each of the surah's themes before I go. On day one, I listened to Surah Baqara, and I felt it was so nice and so powerful. Subhanallah. So I when I went home, I shared this with my family, and they felt this is very useful as well. So we are not new to reading tafsir or learning Arabic. Just to give you a background, so about maybe more than 10 years back, I enrolled in this course called Understand Quran course, where the idea was to understand the frequently occurring words. I think I started off with this course, which focused on 50% of the vocabulary, and then I moved on to 70%. This gave me a very quick start, and it allowed me to very quickly relate to the Quran. And followed by this, I thought, really motivated by the early success and the connection I had with the Quran. Following this course, I learnt in a full-time Arabic course in Sharia program, which was for about 2 years with this Sheikh Yusuf Mulan. MashaAllah. So this was another blessing from Allah for me as well as my family. We enrolled it together. And then we were able to really get to the next level in relating to the Quran. And when I was about to graduate, maybe in the second year, then Allah sent my way the Sheikh Nauman Ali Khan's program. It was that time, I think 2011 or 12, the Juz Amma Tafsir, where he was going through each short surahs in the last 30th juz, and then was giving reflections. And he was using both a grammatical approach, which can benefit somebody who is a student of Arabic grammar, as well as somebody who is a general person. Having been learning Arabic grammar then, I found this to be hugely beneficial, and it was very exciting for me. And it's been a years since then. But then, when I read the Quran and reflect on it, I wasn't able to fully comprehend what connects the entire surah. I wish that I could have access to a resource which gives me the core themes of each of the surahs, what are the core ideas, and how they are connected. We did enroll in this Baina.tv program, which has a number of very detailed tafsir, but the problem that I had was I had lack of time, so I couldn't really sit through a lot of lectures. I still go through a number of lectures here, but then I wanted something which is quick that can help. That's where by Allah's mercy I landed on this one, the Sheikh Amr Khalid's thing, which takes for example, Surah Fatiha, it had 20 minutes, and then Surah Baqarah, it had 40 minutes, and then the Surah Al Imran 2020, like that. It was TV episodes aired in, I think, 2009 during Ramadan. So my objective in this series is to take what I have benefited from and then just put that into English. That's the objective. When I went back to my family and just gave a gist, this seemed like a very easy affair. But then once this idea came that I can record this for the benefit of a wider audience who's looking for resources like me, English speaking audience, then this project took on a different shape. It took me a lot of hours to go through, take detailed notes. But then what I realized is that the gift of eloquence that Allah has given the Sheikh, so I am not going to be able to replicate that. So what I thought was, I will take whatever the key messages that I got, and then I'll put it in a sequence that I found to be beneficial. And then, so if there are subtitles available for most of the videos here, so if you are motivated by listening to this series, I encourage you to go and check out the original, which is far more impressive. So here is what I plan to do. So for each of the chapters, surahs, I have prepared a mind map which gives you overall. I start off with the core ideas in each of that surah, and then how the surah is structured, and then why the name is given. What's the connection between the name and the entire surah, as well as the core ideas, and then the connections between this surah versus the previous and the next, as well as the connections within the ayahs and everything. And then there are key messages that are there in different parts of the surah, interesting ideas and stuff, and then ending up with a summary. All of this is a way that I have taken the Sheikh Amr Khalid's reflections, the Khawatir Quraniya, and then I've organized this in a way that I start off with the most important ideas, the big picture first, then I drill into the details. So if you want to cut off, you can cut off, for example, after listening to one or two of this, and you would still have the core idea. And as I go down, I go into more and more details. And then finally, I also decided to add my own reflections, as well as a few things I have come across in other tafsirs or in other courses that I have done, that I found to be beneficial. In the hope, I have kept it separately so that I do not mix it up with the great work done by the Sheikh Amr Khalid. So may Allah forgive any errors and any mistakes that I do knowingly or unknowingly, and may Allah make it a source of sadaqah jariyah for all my teachers, from Understand Quran, from Sharia program, from Baina, as well as Sheikh Amr Khalid.